For today's meeting, before we get started, I have a quick announcement. I am aware that some of us have some presentations to be posters presentations. I would like to invite you to find my colleague Flora, who has just disappeared but will be back anytime soon. She will be collecting your posters and we will have them ready to be presented during the poster sessions, which should start between 10 to 10:30. Thank you very much. My colleague, Dr. Ajami, who is walking right now, maybe if you can raise your hand. Dr. Ajami, there you go. He will be able to collect your posters. If you have any with you right now, please find Dr. Ajami and he will be happy to assist you in making sure that those posters are ready to be presented. Thank you very much.
Oh, tu n'avais qu'un stick.
Once again, good morning, everyone. We are grateful that you are all here. We hope that you had a very safe trip and that your stay is going well in Lomé. I would like to first and foremost extend my apologies for the slight delay in starting this meeting. We have guests of honors who unfortunately could not arrive on time. So as we wait for them, I would like to invite my colleague, Madame Josiane Matuturu, to have a quick presentation on some of the housekeeping rules for this meeting. So as she walks here, I would like to once again extend a warm welcome to Lomé, and looking forward to Madame Josiane's presentation on some of the rules for the next 3 days you will be here. Thank you very much.
Bonjour chers collègues. En attendant que la partie technique puisse projeter la présentation, je voulais vous souhaiter la bienvenue ici à l'hôtel Sarakawa, à Lomé au Togo. Et voudrais encore une fois vous demander si vous vous sentez très bien dans la salle, si vous vous sentez relaxé, parce qu'on va passer ensemble 3 jours et on voudrait que cette session soit vraiment, comment dire, fruitful. Et encore une fois, je demande la partie technique de présenter la note administrative. Nous allons commencer par l'agenda de l'atelier, après les bienvenus. L'agenda détaillé se trouve à votre droite, dans le package que vous avez reçu, mais une copie électronique est disponible sur le site web du portail ESPEN. L'agenda est également disponible sur le code QR que vous retrouvez sur votre badge. Et je voudrais vous inviter à s'y référer régulièrement afin de bien suivre. Le deuxième point, comme on insiste sur la ponctualité, les travaux se dérouleront chaque jour à partir de 8h30 précises. Et pour qu'il n'y ait pas de décalage dans les présentations et tout, encore une fois, il faut que les collègues, vous soyez très ponctuels. Et les pauses café sont prévues à 10h30 et dans l'après-midi à 15h30 dans le hall, à côté de la salle. Et les pauses déjeuner, c'est à 13h, de 13h à 14h au restaurant.
De 13 à 14.
Sachez que, comme vous le voyez aujourd'hui, les horaires peuvent légèrement bouger, varier selon l'avancement des travaux, les échanges au cours des travaux, mais sachez que toute modification vous sera communiquée à l'avance. Comme déjà annoncé par ma collègue Santamika, la traduction sera simultanée et vous avez déjà le matériel disponible sur les tables, ainsi que un peu de notes blocs et stylos. Et les documents de travail de la réunion sont accessibles en ligne en scannant le code QR qui est au niveau de votre patch. Également, la présence sera disponible chaque jour et vous sera partagé. Ce sera un code qui est différent chaque jour comme liste de présence. Ok. Excusez-nous de ces problèmes techniques. Vous savez, les débuts, quand il y a toujours un début, il y a un petit flottement et on s'en excuse. Côté logistique, les dispositions logistiques, mais il y a des hôtes et des hôtesses qui peuvent vous guider.
Gents and ladies are on your right. We have hostesses that will direct you. Like I previously said, the break will be served in the restaurant next to the pool, and you have bottle of water bottles on your table. For this meeting, with regards to the financial aspect, no per diem will be paid in Lomé. For those who are covered by WHO, 10% of the per diem has been deducted from the TRs, so it will cover breakfast and lunch. The cost of the for all participants lodging in Hotel Sarakawa. Put your phones on silent mode during the sessions. Also put your laptops on mute. We have shared a link for the online session, and those who are here do not connect online because the online link is for those who are not present here with us. And we are all required to participate actively. Feel free to ask questions. If you have comments, feel free to take the floor. For support, the important numbers have been shared on the information note, and I believe you have all received the information note. Colleagues are in the hall to help you in case you have further questions. If you have health issues, Dr. Alassani Isifu is here to assist you and will give you a presentation on Presea. So all his details are on the information notes, and at the end of the meeting, an assessment form will be shared in order to share your opinions and suggestions. In the hall, you will see some beautiful ladies. They are here to assist you in case you have any issues. And if they cannot assist you, they will direct you to the right colleagues. We are here to support you. We are here to serve you. So feel free to ask any questions. Also, you need to have your badges before having access to the hall and being able to have access to the restaurant. On this, I wish you a fruitful meeting and thank you all.
Merci beaucoup, Madame Josiane. Donc, chers collègues.
Thank you, Madam Josiane. Dear colleagues, please be patient. We are being told that officials will be here at any time, so we are going to wait a little before starting the meeting officially. Thank you.
Once again, we do apologize for the delay. We have been informed that the authorities will be here in 10 minutes. So in the meantime, we will be playing a few videos to show some of the progresses that have been made in the NTD field in the region of Africa. We thank you once again for your patience as we wait for the authority to officially start the meeting. Thank you very much.
It is with immense pride that I announce an historic milestone for public health in Africa. The World Health Organization has verified Niger as having eliminated the transmission of onchocerciasis, commonly known as river blindness. This achievement makes Niger the first country in the African region and only the fifth globally to reach this remarkable milestone. Onchocerciasis has long caused immense human suffering. It has also impeded the economic development of affected communities, driving people away from rivers, which are often lifelines for livelihoods. Niger's success ends this burden for its people. It also positions Niger as a model for the elimination of neglected tropical diseases in Africa. I extend my sincere congratulations and gratitude to the government of Niger and its citizens for their unwavering commitment and action towards achieving this milestone. Equally, I acknowledge all the partners, including medical supplies donors, financial contributors, and implementing partners who made this possible. Above all, I thank and congratulate the communities, without whose action, often voluntary, we wouldn't be celebrating this success.
ሕክምና አድርጌ ነበር በሰፈር መርፌ ወስጃለሁ። 3 መርፌ ታዞብኝ ያን እንደጨረሱ ምንም ለውጥ የለውም። ቅባት ደግሞ ፋርማሲ ላይ ገዝቼ ቀባሁ። ምንም ለውጥ ስለሌለው ጓደኛዬ እንደዚህ አለርት የቆዳ ስፔሻል አሉ እነሱ ያውሃል አሉኝ። ከዛ መጣሁ። ዛሬ ያው ለ12 ወር ተወስድ ያለ መድኃኒቱን አለኝ። በየቀኑ በየወሩ ትመጣለህ አለኝ። መጀመሪያ ተመምጣቼ በፊት ድናለሁ ብዬ አላሰብኩም ነበር። ግን አሁን ዶክተሩ ትድናለህ ሲለኝ በጣም ደስ ብሎኝ ያዋለሁ።
In past 20 years, the burden of leprosy is decreased by 50%.
After the introduction of NTD, we have seen a remarkable change in the prevalence of leprosy.
この病気はやはり探しに行くと患者さんを探しに行くという活動を強化する必要がある。
There is improvement from the 2022 to 2023 when we compare this.
Surtout le moment de la saison de pluie, il y a la présence de certaines mouches et le fourreau. Mais ça nous dérange. Auparavant, on avait des problèmes de la vue. Nombreux, la population se sentait plus bien, ne voyait plus bien. Et les grattaient, les gens grattaient n'importe comment.
La stratégie mère reconnue aujourd'hui pour lutter contre l'onchocercose, c'est la distribution de masse de médicaments. Les médicaments sont donnés gratuitement au Congo. Nous recevons du médicament des partenaires, par le truchement de l'OMS.
Mon travail consiste à éduquer, à communiquer avec la population, à leur inciter à prendre les médicaments qui sont nécessaires pour la vie. C'est une occasion qu'ils nous offrent, que l'OMS nous offre, pour que la population soit en son parfait état de santé.
Oyo na meli kisi, baminganga bayi apesinga kisi na meli. Na meli kisi yango oyo bapesinga kisi na meli ndongo yango oyo malade nanga ekumi kosila donc aza siri ko yekosila. Sikoyo na zo grate, mais lokola apesinga kisi na zo grate lisusu te.
Eliminating onchocerciasis prevents the physical disability from blindness and just chronic illness, and enables communities to participate in economic activities that will improve their social well-being. Eliminating onchocerciasis is about improving social inequalities that exist in our communities.
Thank you. So I would like to invite our colleague for security briefing, please.
Mesdames et messieurs, chers participants à cette...
Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues from the United Nations, dear colleague, I'm Ete Kokwe Vincent Field, Security Associate from the Department of Security and Safety of the United Nations. With regard to this briefing for those people not belonging to the NU from the UN, and when we are dealing with UN activities, we have to inform them on the security issues in the area in which they are working. That is why I'm standing here before of you, tell them where to go, where not to go. But with the case of Togo, I believe that you can go everywhere you want, because the security situation here is calm and the security level is 1. Security level 1, meaning that there are minimum rates for those who are here for the UN activities. According to the assessment of the UN Department of Security and Safety, this country has low risks. In Lomé, we have ongoing security operations every day, and the criminality rate is at almost 0. However, when we are talking about a low security level, it does not mean that there will be no incidents. We have to know that we are in a city, the police is doing its job, the army is doing its job. But we have to be aware of personal security. What is personal security? It means common sense. If I'm here for a mission and the workshop is in Sarakawa and I sleep in Hotel Sarakawa, in the evening, when I go out to visit town, I have to be back to the hotel by 10 p.m. Like I said, the situation is calm, and in the course of your activity, there are no criminal activities, but there might be minor incidents affecting things in the city. By that, I'm talking about petty criminals. Somebody might steal your bag in a restaurant. It happens everywhere. Somebody who has bad thoughts can do that. We have colleagues who complained about their laptops or their bags being stolen recently. We had a colleague here who did not take part in the briefing session, and at the beach, she lost her bag. And this can happen anywhere in the world. In the evening, when you are leaving the hotel and you are going somewhere which you don't know, it is better to take taxis or take cars for when we are visiting the city. Do not take any risk. I told you it is calm, and I'm sure you have read on Lomé via internet, but let me tell you that we have petty criminals here. So take taxis or cars that we can easily track in case of incidents. We do not have incidents every day, but they might happen. So be advised. With regards to withdrawing money from ATMs, kindly note that the hotel has ATMs. You can also withdraw money in town and make sure that the area is safe. And once you withdraw your money, leave the area. Do not roam around the place because criminals might attack you. In addition to that, we have beautiful beaches from here to Aneho. We are here for a meeting, but we can decide to visit Lomé if you have time, but we have to be careful. You can visit the beaches in the day, but after 4 p.m., you should not be there. We have police officers patrolling the beaches, but like I said, from time to time, those petty criminals might attack you. So by 4 p.m., after 4 p.m., do not go to the beach. So if you take note of all the information I gave you, I believe that at the end of this workshop, there will be no incidents because we wish to have 0 incidents. Other threat has to do with accidents. Road accidents. Here we have bikers. We call them Zemija. So we urge our participants not to use those bikes because they are convenient, they are cheap, but please avoid them. When you are crossing the street, when you are getting down from a vehicle, be careful. It is very important. It is a new place here. 90% of bikers do not have a driving license, and they ignore, they don't respect anything related to
partout où vous serez, s'il s'agit de vous engager dans
they don't respect any information related to driving, so they are dangerous. So be careful whenever you are getting down from your cars or when you are crossing the road. So this is all I can share with you. We have a calm city. We are not going to spend much time on this briefing session. Just know that we are available all time, and we hope that you will not need us. Our details will be shared. We have through the focal WHO focal point, you can have access to us, and we hope that when you call us, you will share good news with us. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I'll be available to answer any questions that you might ask. Thank you.
Je vois qu'il n'y a pas de main levée, donc
I see there are no questions. Then thank you.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Vincent, pour cette excellente présentation. Alors, sans plus tarder, je suis...
Thank you, Mr. Vincent. Without further ado, I would like to give my floor to Mr. Alassani. Mr. Alassani is focal point for WHO principles on the prevention of sexual exploitation and sexual abuse.
Sont au courant des principes que l'on appelle PCA. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you, Madam. Good morning, dear colleagues. In some few minutes, we are going to share principles related to prevention of sexual exploitation and sexual abuse of the WHO. So here to give you a quick so here I would like to recall what we mean by that. WHO has zero tolerance for sexual exploitation, sexual abuse, sexual harassment, and for inaction against them. So here we are in a workshop with people coming from different parts of the world, and for some days we are going to live together, we are going to work together. So we also have a national policy forbidding any type of sexual exploitation and sexual abuse. The social context. We are in a big city in Lomé, and in the night you might see young girls and young boys and some minors aged less than 18 years in the hotels and in the street for what we know, prostitution. The other element is that we are obliged to protect ourselves as colleagues during this meeting, but also beneficiaries of our activities. And like I said, we also have the zero tolerance policy. So the idea is to remind you the principles of what we are doing and tell you that we are carrying our activities in an area free of any type of sexual harassment. I'm not going to dwell much on definitions. So informed consent is important. We can move on. So we have three types of violence, if we can call it like that. We have sexual exploitation, sexual abuse, and sexual harassment. I'm not going to spend much time on that because we all know those notions. So the WHO Code of Conduct is here, and its aim is to make sure that all WHO activities are carried out in a safe environment. So you can see the principle of that code of conduct. So during the duration of the workshop, we need to treat ourselves with respect, dignity, and we have to be cautious. We have to avoid any type of abuse or any attempt of sexual abuse. Like I said, you have minors in the streets. They are prostitutes. So here in Togo, as well as the UN, we forbid any type of relationship with a person aged under 18 years. So let's be careful. We have to avoid having sexual activities in exchange of something. And in case you see something like that, please report it. We are not here to penalize people, but we are here to protect them. If you feel that a colleague has a behavior that you do not like, please notify us so that we take actions. So what are the consequences for the victims? We have psychosocial and health consequences, resentment of the community vis-à-vis our organization, and these might negatively affect the image of our organization. And for those responsible, they can be jailed, or we have disciplinary measures that we can use against them. So those are the numbers you can use to report any case of sexual abuse. And thank you very much. Together, let's hope, or let's make sure that we carry out this workshop in a safe and secured environment. Thank you. Are there any questions?
Pas de questions?
No questions? Thank you. I'll ask my colleagues to continue playing the video. Thank you.
D'accord. Une dernière chose qu'a dit. C'est vous qui gérez le site de ESPEN, leur site web? D'accord. Parce qu'ils ont mis un lien sur leur site sur YouTube. Donc c'est ce lien-là aussi que je voulais qu'on puisse changer. Il est en copie du mail.
Tropical disease as a public health problem. 42 countries have been certified for guinea worm interruption, while 46 countries have eliminated leprosy as a public health problem. These successes have been achieved thanks to WHO working with ministries of health and partners to deliver integrated services for neglected tropical disease control and elimination in our countries. Despite the progress, Africa still bears 39% of the global neglected tropical diseases burden, with over 600 million people needing treatment. It is our collective responsibility to accelerate actions to eliminate these diseases in order to meet our 2030 target. Together, we should unite, act, and eliminate neglected tropical diseases in Africa.
Surtout le moment de la saison de pluie, il y a la présence de certaines mouches et le fourreau. Mais ça nous dérange. Auparavant, on avait des problèmes de la vue. Nombreux, la population se sentait plus bien, ne voyait plus bien. Et les grattaient, les gens grattaient n'importe comment.
La stratégie mère reconnue aujourd'hui pour lutter contre l'onchocercose, c'est la distribution de masse de médicaments. Les médicaments sont donnés gratuitement au Congo. Nous recevons du médicament des partenaires par le truchement de l'OMS.
Mon travail consiste à éduquer, à communiquer avec la population, à leur inciter à prendre les médicaments qui sont nécessaires pour la vie. C'est une occasion qu'ils nous offrent, que l'OMS nous offre, pour que la population soit en son parfait état de santé.
Oyo na melikisi, baminganga bayi apesinga kisi na mili. Na melikisi yango oyo bapesinga kisi na mili, donc yango oyo balai nanga ekumi kosila, donc aza siri ko yekosila. Sikoyo nazo grate, mais lokola apesinga kisi nazo grate lisusu te.
Eliminating onchocerciasis prevents the physical disability from blindness and just chronic illness, and enables communities to participate in economic activities that will improve their social well-being. Eliminating onchocerciasis is about improving social inequalities that exist in our communities.
J'avais 9 ans, ma maman a remarqué que j'avais une petite tache là. Au fur et à mesure que je grandissais, et cette tache-là évoluait. Je partais d'hôpital et hôpital pour trouver des solutions à ce qui concerne cette maladie et personne ne me dirait quoi je souffrais.
Les malades savent que c'est l'unique hôpital où soignent leurs malades. Lorsqu'ils arrivent, en tout cas là, on ne néglige pas les malades. On les prend directement en charge selon les principes que nous avons appris. Et s'ils nécessitent une hospitalisation, nous l'hospitalisons. Et le suivi est quotidien. Nous avons toute une équipe qui s'occupe des...
Il y a d'abord la détection précoce des cas que nous prenons. Il y a des organisations comme ça qui nous aident dans la sensibilisation de la communauté, l'orientation des malades et même le suivi des malades en traitement. Plus de 90% de nos malades sont guéris.
Dans l'élimination où nous allons pour pouvoir arrêter la transmission, nous devons détecter les cas et pouvoir les soigner. Et quand nous les soignons, ça permet que nous puissions réduire l'impact de la maladie. Et l'OMS donne les médicaments.
J'ai quand même une belle peau par rapport à avant. Avant, tu ne peux pas me regarder 2 fois. Mais après ma cure, j'ai retrouvé quand même ma peau.
The fight against neglected tropical diseases is a fight for everyone. As we commemorate World Neglected Tropical Diseases Day, we recognize the devastating impact of these diseases on communities and the critical role of partnerships in ending neglected tropical diseases in Africa. Today, our region has made huge progress in the fight against neglected tropical diseases. 20 countries have successfully eliminated at least one neglected tropical disease as a public health problem. 42 countries have been certified for guinea worm interruption, while 46 countries have eliminated leprosy as a public health problem. These successes have been achieved thanks to WHO working with ministries of health and partners to deliver integrated services for neglected tropical disease control and elimination in our countries. Despite the progress, Africa still bears 39% of the global neglected tropical diseases burden, with over 600 million people needing treatment. It is our collective responsibility to accelerate actions to eliminate these diseases in order to meet our 2030 target. Together, we should unite, act, and eliminate neglected tropical diseases in Africa.
Neglected tropical diseases, NTDs, affect over 1 billion people globally, 40% of whom live in Africa. NTDs can be prevented and treated, yet they continue to disfigure and disable devastating lives, preventing children from going to school and keeping communities in cycles of poverty. These infections are enabled by the lack of safe water, poor housing conditions, and lack of sanitation. Children are the most vulnerable to these diseases, which each year kill, disable, or invalidate millions of people who often suffer from social exclusion for the rest of their lives. In an effort to put an end to the diseases, the World Health Organization's Regional Office for Africa set up the expanded special project for the elimination of neglected tropical diseases. ESPEN aims to rapidly reduce the burden of the 5 NTDs, which could be avoided through preventive chemotherapy. 2012 marks an incredible year in the fight against NTDs. Inspired by the WHO Roadmap on NTDs, NGOs, pharmaceutical companies, donors, and endemic countries all pledged to work together to enable more than 1 billion people suffering from NTDs to lead healthier and more productive lives, helping the world's poorest build self-sufficiency. In the past years, 10 pharmaceutical companies donated over 17 billion in drug donations. In Togo, close to 11 million preventive treatments were collected and distributed to endemic districts from 2000 to 2009 to defeat lymphatic filariasis. After decades of relentless efforts, Togo, one of the smallest countries in the world, has just become the first nation in sub-Saharan Africa to eliminate lymphatic filariasis as a public health problem. Following the recommendations of the World Health Organization, Togo first aimed at stopping the transmission of the disease to protect future generations by preventing new cases. Their second strategy referred to the management of people already affected by the disease and suffering from its complications. Overall, more than 3,000 community health workers, hundreds of nurses, and members of the health district management teams were trained to execute the national strategy. Their concerted efforts allowed the country to achieve annual therapeutic coverages ranging between 75% and 85%. From 2006 to 2015, the country's program conducted surveillance activities and tested thousands of thick film slides and blood confetti. The country also ensured to leverage efforts made for the control of other diseases such as malaria and included in its communication with affected communities the need to use long-lasting insecticide-treated mosquito nets as they effectively protect against both malaria and lymphatic filariasis. Togo's LF elimination story illustrates public health at its best and demonstrates what ESPEN is trying to achieve. By helping health technicians, partners, and community health workers to come together with a clear objective to improve the lives of millions of the most impoverished people, ESPEN gives a second chance at life to those affected by NTDs. Being characterized by innovation, public-private partnership, and data-driven technical leadership, after 1 year of implementation, the special project shall provide the essential platforms that will allow us to have more success stories such as Togo. By supporting national programs in their efforts to reach the most remote communities, ESPEN and its partners give a message of hope for an Africa free of neglected tropical diseases. In 2012, the international community set new targets to enhance the control, prevention, elimination, and eradication of NTDs with the WHO Roadmap on NTDs. 5 years later, massive coordinated efforts have brought together private sector companies, NGOs, and communities from the most remote areas, proving us that we are on the right track and that elimination is within our reach.
The fight against neglected tropical diseases is a fight for everyone. As we commemorate World Neglected Tropical Diseases Day, we recognize the devastating impact of these diseases on communities and the critical role of partnerships in ending neglected tropical diseases in Africa. Today, our region has made huge progress in the fight against neglected tropical diseases. 20 countries have successfully eliminated at least one neglected tropical disease as a public health problem. 42 countries have been certified for guinea worm interruption, while 46 countries have eliminated leprosy as a public health problem. These successes have been achieved thanks to WHO working with ministries of health and partners to deliver integrated services for neglected tropical disease control and elimination in our countries. Despite the progress, Africa still bears 39% of the global neglected tropical diseases burden, with over 600 million people needing treatment. It is our collective responsibility to accelerate actions to eliminate these diseases in order to meet our 2030 target. Together, we should unite, act, and eliminate neglected tropical diseases in Africa.
ሕክምና አድርጌ ነበር በሰፋ መርፌ ወስጃለሁ። 3 መርፌ ታዙ። ያን እንደጨረሱ ምንም ለውጥ የለውም። ቅባት ደግሞ ፋርማሲ ላይ ገዝቼ ቀባሁ። ምንም ለውጥ ስለሌለው ጓደኛዬ እንደዚህ አላር ስፔሻል አሉ እነሱ ያውሃል አሉኝ። ከዛ መጣሁኝ።
この病気はやはり探しに行くと、患者さんを探しに行くという活動を強化する必要がある。
There is improvement from 2022 to 2023 when we compare this issue.
J'avais 9 ans, ma maman a remarqué j'avais une petite tache là. Au fur et à mesure que je grandissais, et cette tâche-là évoluait. Je partais d'hôpital et hôpital pour trouver des solutions à ce qui concerne cette maladie et personne ne me dirait quoi je souffrais.
Les malades savent que c'est l'unique hôpital où on soigne leurs maladies. Lorsqu'ils arrivent, en tout cas là, on ne néglige pas les malades. On les prend directement en charge selon les principes que nous avons appris. Et s'il nécessite une hospitalisation, nous l'hospitalisons. Et le suivi est quotidien. Nous avons toute une équipe qui s'occupe des...
Il y a d'abord la détection précoce des cas que nous prenons. Il y a des organisations comme ça qui nous aident dans la sensibilisation de la communauté, l'orientation des malades et même le suivi des malades en traitement. Plus de 90% de nos malades sont guéris.
Dans l'élimination où nous allons pour pouvoir arrêter la transmission, nous devons détecter les cas et pouvoir les soigner. Et quand nous les soignons, ça permet que nous puissions réduire l'impact de la maladie. Et l'OMS donne les médicaments.
J'ai quand même une belle peau par rapport à avant. Avant, tu ne peux pas me regarder 2 fois. Mais après ma cure, j'ai retrouvé quand même ma peau.
It is with immense pride that I announce an historic milestone for public health in Africa. The World Health Organization has verified Niger as having eliminated the transmission of onchocerciasis, commonly known as river blindness. This achievement makes Niger the first country in the African region and only the 5th globally to reach this remarkable milestone. Onchocerciasis has long caused immense human suffering. It has also impeded the economic development of affected communities, driving people away from rivers, which are often lifelines for livelihoods. Niger's success ends this burden for its people. It also positions Niger as a model for the elimination of neglected tropical diseases in Africa. I extend my sincere congratulations and gratitude to the government of Niger and its citizens for their unwavering commitment and action towards achieving this milestone. Equally, I acknowledge all the partners, including medical supplies donors, financial contributors, and implementing partners who made this possible. Above all, I thank and congratulate the communities, without whose action, often voluntary, we wouldn't be celebrating this success.
So as we continue to wait, unfortunately, I would like to have everyone stand up so we can stretch our legs because we've been sitting for quite some time now. So let's stand up. I will ask my colleague at the back, Namuchile, if you can just turn on your mic and if you can just tell people what to do now that we're standing up, just to help everyone stretch our legs. Thank you.
Hello, can you hear me? Good morning. Welcome to Togo. I know you've had a very long flight. Some of you traveled over 12 hours to get here. And we welcome you to Lomé, Togo for the PMM meeting. So what we're going to do first is, I know we have a swimming pool already, but we're going to try and do a bit of swimming as we exercise. So we're going to count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thank you. Clap your hands. Thank you so much. So for our next exercise, I'm going to now ask us to move our legs. I know this is a bit of a stretch, so we're just going to tap our legs to the right, to the right, and to the left 10 times. So let's go. 1, to the left. Are we starting? I don't see people moving. Are we clear? We're going to move our feet to the left and to the right. So for an example, to the right, 1, to the left, 1. Then again, we'll go 2, 2. There, there. Okay, so let's start. 1, 2, 3. There, there. 3, 3. 4, 4. 5, 5. 6, 6. 7, 7. 8, 8. 9, 9. This. Thank you so much, Messi. We can sit.
Thank you very much, Namuchile. And thank you everyone for participating. Thank you, Namuchile. I think next time we will have you be the MC and to open the session. Once again, I would like to welcome those who have joined us online. We are currently here for the Neglected Tropical Diseases Program Managers Meeting for 2025. As we are still waiting before we can kickstart, unfortunately, we are hosted by Togo, and we would like to ensure that we honor the government for hosting us here. So we thank you for your patience, and we thank you for staying with us, even those online, as we wait for the officials to get us started on this meeting. Once again, thank you very much, and I would like to ask our team to continue playing some background videos as we wait for the officials to arrive. Thank you very much.
D'aller à l'hôpital pour trouver des solutions à ce qui concerne cette maladie, et personne ne me dirait quoi je souffrais.
Les malades. En tout cas, là, on ne néglige pas. En charge selon les principes que nous avons. Et s'il nécessite une hospitalisation, nous l'hospitalisons. Et le suivi est quotidien. Nous avons toute une équipe qui s'occupe des...
D'abord, la détection précoce des cas que nous prenons. Il y a des organisations comme ça qui nous aident dans la sensibilisation de la communauté, l'orientation des malades et même le suivi des malades en traitement. Plus de 90% de nos malades sont guéris.
Dans l'élimination où nous allons pour pouvoir arrêter la transmission, nous devons détecter les cas et pouvoir les soigner. Et quand nous les soignons, ça permet que nous puissions réduire l'impact de la maladie. Et l'OMS donne les médicaments.
j'ai quand même une belle peau par rapport à avant. Avant, tu ne peux pas me regarder deux fois. Mais après ma cure, j'ai retrouvé quand même ma peau.
It is with immense pride that I announce an historic milestone for public health in Africa. The World Health Organization has verified Niger as having eliminated the transmission of onchocerciasis, commonly known as river blindness. This achievement makes Niger the first country in the African region and only the fifth globally to reach this remarkable milestone. Onchocerciasis has long caused immense human suffering. It has also impeded the economic development of affected communities, driving people away from rivers, which are often lifelines for livelihoods. Niger's success ends this burden for its people. It also positions Niger as a model for the elimination of neglected tropical diseases in Africa. I extend my sincere congratulations and gratitude to the government of Niger and its citizens for their unwavering commitment and action towards achieving this milestone. Equally, I acknowledge all the partners, including medical supplies donors, financial contributors, and implementing partners who made this possible. Above all, I thank and congratulate the communities, without whose action, often voluntary, is the
pour que la population soit en parfait état de santé.
Alors, nous allons demander exceptionnellement.
We will stick to the agenda. This being said, we'll break for tea.
For tea break, as it is 10:30, and we would like to ensure that we honor our commitment and our promise that you will have your tea break at 10:30. So we will break now, and we would like to reconvene at 11. If by any chance we are to reconvene before, we will make sure that you are informed so that you can come back and we can allow the officials to do the opening ceremony. We thank you once again for your patience and invite you for the tea break in the hallway. Thank you very much.
censé avoir le restaurant le plus moins cher au Togo. Attends qu'elle n'aime pas. D'accord? On était censé avoir le restaurant. On va dire ça, c'est moi. Non, le restaurant de tout pays devait être le restaurant le plus moins cher. Mais pourquoi c'est pas le cas?
C'est parti au marché, c'est le micro.
Non, il n'y a pas. Non, regarde, non, la réponse à partir du marché, c'est pas.
D'accord. Pour ton information, les vivres ont augmenté les prix. Les vivres ont augmenté le prix, tellement augmenté les prix au marché. promesse facilite la tâche. Mais c'est pour nous les employés qu'on paye derrière là. C'est eux qui vont pouvoir le budget.
C'est le salaire de Glory qui est cher.
Non, il faut pouvoir leur salaire, il faut qu'on les paye. Maintenant, on les paye comment? Si vraiment on vend pour ne pas gagner quelque chose au-dessus, on vend par exemple, on achète le poulet à 1000 francs, on vend à 1000 francs. Un exemple quoi? Alors que 1000 francs, là, il ne faut pas seulement prendre 1000 francs, il faut prendre les ingrédients, ce que tu mets, l'huile, le gaz, tout ce qu'on achète.
Pour moi, dans la logique.
Ça devait être à faire
ñi nekk ci salle bi technicien yi caméraman yëpp aba diriger le taxi yooyu foofu bariwu leen waaye nag tàccu cey lii bay des li ngay sàmmi yow sa bëggeel ngay moytu ñi lay fexeel du ñu dem du waxi nobel essaie de courir un peu de tourner. non non waxuma non la kii waay dem bay yóbbu ko ay bay
Jawateba music. Yeah. Baby, you get an answer. Quelle est ma haine, you get an answer. Tu me fais confiance, mais je te fais confiance.
C'est-à-dire, ça fait au moins 2 messages de minutes. Écris à Pétas, pas à moi.
kanusana. Uyate uya faman falu, nafalu te kanusana. Ajese mosima kwansan. One life, baby, don't fit. Nkosini miri la jandela. Ali posite momin fe. Jarabidi na udu susmaya. Netumalodi ya yedumata. Hikan tukini kini lela. Desanu konde wadi kunko. Kalunte kunni kere turunye jarabi. Jarabi banale di dunya. Nete se kato ye jarabi. Jarabi banale di dunya. Jarabi banamina jarabi. Jarabi banale di dunya. Nete se kato ye jarabi. Jarabi banale di dunya. Furate banamina abada. Ikele yele dinema. Sisane konistewa. Foko ye kodi ya ye miye. Afanka kaboni fenbeye. Niyanene turu sinya gene. Habiladi ya tejlema. Hanja bulu inasa. Karana tonta fesa. Imanye hamiri miri lawa. Wiyo medani kumafe. Kumafe kamiri bona. Hamina mo kama yelefe. Yelefe kami bona. Yemena jamye bona la te yelama. Jarabi banale di dunya. Nete se kato ye jarabi. Jarabi banale di dunya. Furate banamina jarabi. Jarabi dodole di dunya. Nete se kato ye jarabi. Jarabi banale di dunya. Furate banamina abada. So, this song is about love, I mentioned. Jarabi, I would like very much if you could join us on this song. We yo Jarabi. We yo Jarabi. We yo Jarabi. We yo Jarabi. For those that can do two things at the same time, to clap and sing. Yeah, or half.
Okay, this next song is entitled Mama Muso.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, dear colleagues, and it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to this Program Managers Meeting that we are hosting here in Lomé, Togo, a country that is special to many of us in the NTD world. My name is Elizabeth Juma, and I am the team lead for the ESPEN team, Expanded Special Project for the Elimination of Neglected Tropical Diseases. We do sincerely apologize for the very late running of our program, but we had some anticipation of these delays, and we do hope that we will catch up with the program. The representative from the Ministry of Health has now arrived, and they will be coming in together with our host, the regional chief of the area, and the WHO representative for Togo, who is going to give the welcome remarks on behalf of the organization. So thank you very much for your patience and kindness, and we look forward to getting started with the technical sessions in about an hour after the official opening. Thank you.
Dear participants, if you could kindly stand up as we welcome the representative of the Ministry of Health. Thank you very much.
Il va s'asseoir.
Recording in progress.
Monsieur le secrétaire général du ministère.
Secretary General of the Ministry of Health and Public Hygiene, Dr. Wotobe Koku, His Majesty Traditional Chief, Dr. Kofi Vovolite, with the Queen Mother, resident permanent representative of WHO in Togo, Dr. Amadou Diallo, representative of NTD Programme Manager, Dr. Bala Jata, representatives of various programs. We have around 48 countries, dear partners, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. We are deeply honored by your presence at this important meeting. The meeting of NTD National Programme Managers and Partners from the WHO Africa region. And the theme of the meeting is Innovation and Acceleration Pathway to NTD Innovations. This official opening ceremony will start with a welcome speech from His Majesty, the Traditional Chief Kofi, which I humbly give the floor to after a musical session.
Merci beaucoup. Au fait, ce petit intermède.
Thank you very much. What I just said is a prayer for people who fell victim to NTDs in our various communities, and this is also to thank you. And on behalf of all victims, NTD and Africa, we decided to say this prayer in our local language. Sorry for those who understand our local language, but it's just to say thank you. General Secretary of the Ministry of Health and Public Hygiene, representative of the Minister, dear technical and financial partners, representatives of national program in the fight against NTDs, experts from WHO HQ, WHO AFRO, and WHO country, representatives of the civil society, guardians of customs of Togo and the whole WHO AFRO region. Dear guests, all protocols observed. Ladies and gentlemen from the media, dear guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to take the floor as a representative of a community affected directly by NTDs. Those diseases are mostly ignored, but they have a deep impact on our daily lives, our health, and our well-being because it directly affects our population, especially the most vulnerable. Ladies and gentlemen, dear participants, in our community or in all African communities, NTDs such as lymphatic filariasis, schistosomiasis, and African trypanosomes caused various sufferings. Children are unable to go to school, adults are unable to go to work, and whole families are affected. However, thanks to the joint efforts of WHO and various partners, we started seeing positive changes. Those diseases are most of the time associated to poverty, and this increases inequalities in our societies. People affected by diseases such as leprosy are mostly stigmatized, excluded from society, and deprived of their fundamental rights. The human cost is huge because those people are not only victims of the disease but also confronted to marginalization, creating a vicious cycle of poverty. Beyond the personal impact, those diseases have catastrophic effects on our local economies. People who are sick cannot work, and families are losing revenues, and the whole community is suffering. Dear colleagues, dear partners, many things has been done against NTDs. However, more needs to be done. We need your continuous support to maintain and extend those initiatives. Invest in the fight against NTDs is important to strengthen our health systems and improve the quality, improve on the lives of millions of people. Let's work together. Let's work with commitment in order to get rid of those diseases once for all. We, as a community, have an important role to play against NTDs. Solidarity, collective solidarity and commitment are important. Population sensitization, improving conditions and access to health are important aspects in that fight. We need to strengthen hygiene practice, promote the use of mosquito nets, sensitize during immunization campaigns, and encourage mass treatment participation. We also need to teach our children and families simple gestures that are essential to curb the spread of those diseases. Prevention actions also means the improvement of living conditions, such as access to potable water, access to quality health infrastructures, and access to a better education in terms of public health. Those simple but efficient measures can help drastically reduce the prevalence of those diseases. The fight against NTDs will only be efficient only if we work closely with all actors, government, non-governmental organizations, health experts, and especially us, local communities, need to work hand in hand. Is not only about treating the diseases when we are sick, but we also need to prevent and early detect and support people who are affected. NTD national programs have to be followed by a continuous support to those who are victims. People affected have to be supported in order for them to get back their dignity and their place in society. It is paramount to fight against taboos, fight against stigmatization, to make sure that nobody is left behind. Before concluding, I would like to remind you all that NTDs are an important challenge for our African communities. However, I am convinced that with a collective and determined commitment, we have and we should improve things further. Together, we can change things. By listening to the voices of affected communities, by sharing our knowledge, and by working hand in hand, we can create a future. NTDs are no more a threat. Ladies and gentlemen, I urge you to work together and intensify our efforts. Together, we can change things for the better in our communities and make sure that future generations live in a world free of NTDs. May the wisdom help us, and may their aura protect us whilst we are working for the well-being of our communities in Africa. Thank you and welcome to the land of our ancestors, Togo. I thank you.
Merci, Sa Majesté Dr. Kofi.
Thank you, His Majesty Dr. Kofi. He's a true community champion. He contributed to the results we now have in Togo, and we believe that other community leaders will follow suit. Thank you.
C'est la parole.
Now, I'd like to give the floor to Dr. Balajata Langambi. He is representing NTD National Programme Managers. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The General Secretary, Minister of Health representing the Minister of Health, the WHO representative and all WHO staff here present, the traditional chief, NTD Programme Managers, partners, donors, the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. It is a profound honor to stand before you today as chair of Kikundi Community of Practice, representing the collective voice of NTD Programme Managers across this great continent. We are gathered here at a time of both challenge and opportunity, a critical juncture where our resolve will shape the future of NTDs in Africa. The theme for this meeting, Innovating for Acceleration, Pathway to NTD Elimination, cannot be more timely. It calls upon us to act with urgency and to embrace bold transformative approaches that will drive us forward, especially now when external shocks test the resilience of our programs and the strengths of our partnership. One such shock has been the recent US funding freeze affecting global health initiatives, including NTD programs across Africa. This sudden disruption has a profound impact on national efforts, leading to pause interventions, uncertainty for communities, and a real risk for reversing hard-won gains. Let us be clear. We are deeply grateful for the decades of US leadership and partnership in the fight against NTDs. The progress we have achieved has been the result of true collaboration between governments, partners, and affected communities. But this moment also reminds us that our path to elimination must be built on sustainable foundations, ones that prioritize domestic ownership, innovative financing, and integrated systems that can withstand external shocks. In the face of these challenges, innovation is not optional, it is essential. Innovation means reimaging our delivery systems, embracing digital technologies for surveillance and data use, integrating NTD services into primary health care, and empowering communities to be active participants in their own health. It means fostering partnership that enable, not overshadow, national leadership. As Kikundi, we remain steadfast in our mission to amplify country voices, facilitate peer learning, and promote accountability rooted in national realities. We recognize that innovation must come not only from laboratories and boardrooms, but from the lived experience of program managers, health workers, and the communities we serve. To our partners in the global community, we welcome your continued support, but also call for a shift from donor dependency to co-creation and capacity strengthening. We must move from pilots to scale, from fragmented efforts to aligned strategies, and from temporary fix to long-term solutions. To my fellow program managers, our leadership is more crucial now than ever. This is our time to shape the future of NTD elimination in Africa, not as recipients of global priorities, but as architects of our own destiny. Let this meeting be a space for bold ideas, open dialogue, and renewed commitment. May we leave Lomé not only inspired, but equipped with the tools, the insights, and the solidarity to move forward together. Continue accelerating, and let's stay focused on the ultimate goal, a continent free of NTDs, where every community can thrive in dignity and health. Thank you all, and I wish you a productive and impactful meeting.
Merci, Dr.
Thank you, Dr. Bala. Dr. Bala, that reiterates the commitments of program office managers to be able to live up to the challenges and to ensure that solidarity between countries is upheld. I'm going to give the floor to the resident representative, Dr. Amadou Diallo from Congo, Benin, Togo. Thank you. The SD representing the Minister of Health and Public Hygiene in Togo, the coordinators of NTDs, Vector-Borne, diseases for WHO Africa Office, the coordinator of a special program of ESPEN. Ladies and gentlemen, technical and financial partners, ladies and gentlemen, representative of national NTDs control programs, ladies and gentlemen, experts of WHO, venerated Dr. AFRO, traditional leader, custodians of traditions, ladies and gentlemen of civil society organization, distinguished guests, all protocol duly observed. Ladies and gentlemen, dear participants, I have the honor to take the floor on behalf of the director, the regional director for WHO Africa Office, Dr. Riazu Jikwe. In respect to this opening ceremony of the annual meeting of National NTD Programme Managers in the WHO African regions, which is being held in Lomé. I would like to add my voice to yours in welcoming honorable invitees and guests, and thank the organizers for bringing together a whole pool of partners and experts here in Lomé. This is an opportunity for me to thank the Togolese government for having accepted to convene this important meeting in Togo, and I will also to convey my thanks to the government in the fight against NTDs. You might recall that Togo has been the very first country in the world to eliminate 4 NTDs, namely tuberculosis, LF, African human trypanosomiasis, and trachoma. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, NTDs represent a major challenge for public health, and as it affects millions of people, especially in the poorest region of the world and the most vulnerable people across the world. According to the WHO, this disease poses a threat to more than 1 billion people living in the most marginalized society in the world, and depriving these people for their health, mental sorts of their opportunity to have access to education and also a better life. This compromises socio-economic development and also hamper effort in the area of education of poverty, and with a strong impact on the economies of the country affected. Between 2015-2019, more than 2 billion people has been protected against at least one of NTDs on a yearly basis. Progress has been made in reducing the prevalence as well as the outbreak of NTDs. However, those progress has been greatly impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic, bringing in unprecedented disruptions in the social and economic activities of countries when it comes to providing essential care and support. We'd like to recognize the commitments of countries and their technical partners in joining hands to fight against those diseases. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, the WHO have put in place a whole pool of initiative within the framework of NTDs control, among which we can count the 2021-30 roadmap, collaboration, as well as partnership. All these initiatives contribute to achieve the NTDs, and in Togo, out of the progress made in eliminating these 4 NTDs earlier quoted, the establishments and implementations of national strategic plans against NTDs, the existence of a national framework on multi-sectoral basis in a fight against the disease, the developments and implementations of sustainable plan, the existence of a convention plan between the line Ministry of Health and that of Education, and also the existence of a platform, national platform, One Health, One National platform. Ladies and gentlemen, the choice of the Togo is a token by the organizers with respect to the enforcement by government to fight against NTDs. In the course of this workshop, you will have the opportunity to review, on the one hand, the progress made, and also identifies prevalent challenges, also talked about best practices in the area of NTDs control. On the other hand, you have the opportunity to define efficient strategy leading to the implementations of interventions to eliminate NTDs across the world. It is true that we still have a long way to go in terms of challenges in mobilizing resources, the commitments of local communities, in the within the framework of the fight against the diseases, and also the healthcare, primary healthcare structures, and also universal health coverage. Together, we can make it, and we can build a future where NTDs will no longer be a threat to our people. The presence of representatives of NTDs coming from various countries in Africa, and the presence of financial and technical partners is a clear indication that we wish to work together. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude my speech, I would like to extend my thanks to all the international organizations, NGOs, researchers, and health professionals that commit themselves in the fight against NTDs. Your commitment is key to achieve our common goal. I would like to reiterate the availability of WHO with all the technical and financial partners to support countries to put in place strong and resilient health institutions in the fight against NTDs. I wish you fruitful deliberations, and I wish you to a good stay here in Lomé. I thank you. Thank you, resident representative. Thank you for reminding us that it is not by chance that we meet in Togo. I do believe that we're going to learn from each other. I have a singular honor to invite the SDs of the Ministry of Health and Public Hygiene, personal representative of the Minister of Health, for his opening remarks. Dr. Togo, over to you. Thank you, the moderator. The resident representative of WHO in Togo, Dr. Diallo, the coordinator of vector-based entities, the coordinator of ESPEN program of WHO Africa office, representative of NTDs Programme Managers, dear participant, Togbe Agbetiafa representing communities. Ladies and gentlemen, financial and technical partners, ladies and gentlemen, program managers of NTDs, dear partners, representing of NGOs, ladies and gentlemen of the media, dear guests, all protocol duly observed. The Minister of Health and Public Hygiene, Professor Chandare, will wish to attend this meeting, but he is unavoidably absent. He has therefore asked me to represent him. Therefore, I'm going to deliver the content of his message. It's with a great honor and joy that I'm taking the floor to wish you a heartfelt welcome in Togo for this annual meeting of National NTDs Programme Managers in the WHO African region. We are proud to host this important meeting, bringing together experts, technical and financial experts, and the theme of this meeting, innovating for accelerations, pathway to NTDs elimination, is a clear indications of the ambitions that will inform our decisions. Ladies and gentlemen, NTDs should have a huge impact on our people, especially the most vulnerable. That we therefore have the duty to redouble our effort in the fight against the NTDs. This disease that affect in a disproportionate manner people living in poverty goes beyond the public health, but also constitute an obstacle to the socio-economic development of our countries. I would like to quote the prowess of Togo in the fight against NTDs. Togo has become a model in the fight against NTDs. We have been the very first country in the African region to receive the validations in eliminating LF as public health issues, and also trypanosomiasis, trachoma, and Guinea worm, which put Togo in the position of being able to fight and eliminate these 4 NTDs. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like here to pay tribute to His Excellency for Eseozinanya Singbe for his leadership and informed visions that help in securing such a success story, because health is a priority for the health system. Hence, he has started from January 2024 the universal health coverage, enabling each citizens to have access to health care. So this is a sign of the collaboration between the technical and financial partners and together with our communities. I would like to remind here the significant roles of community healthcare workers and as well as leaders of the communities who together, based on the innovating strategies, we have been able to make it. So Togo have made significant progress in the area of universal health care and to ensure equitable access to essential access to health care by integrating healthcare systems, the systems which falls in line with the opportunity to have access to the resilience and robust institutions that helps in being able to achieve the MDGs. We are convinced that UHC is important to be able to make sustainable the success that we have been able to secure and improve the quality of life of our people, where the sustainability of funding become very crucial for Togo and other countries. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank the WHO for its essential role in coordinating our regional effort by providing strategic orientations and also helping in sharing experiences among countries. This meeting is an opportunity, very important one, to be able to ponder over the progress made and the prevalent challenges and look for ways and means to be able to eliminate NTDs. I would like to encourage you to leverage during these 3 days of meetings together. We have the opportunity to change our ambition into concrete actions by relying on innovating technology, by reinforcing our collaborations, and by aligning our effort on the global roadmap when it comes to NTDs. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank the participant organizers and the technical and financial partners for their commitment and their unwavering support. I believe that the outcomes of this meeting will have a sustainable impact on the well-being of our people, not only in Togo, but even across the whole countries in the African region. At the end of your meetings, take time to go and around and see the beauty of the capital city, Lomé. I declare therefore open the annual meeting of National NTD Programme Managers in the WHO African region on behalf of the Minister. I thank you. Thank you, SGs. We would like to thank our dignitaries. Now that we have received the traditional blessings as well as a political one, we're now going to give allow them to withdraw, but before then, we're going to take a group photograph with the dignitaries as the hostesses show us the way to for the group photographs. I thank you.
May we kindly ask all participants to also follow the group so that we can have our group photo? Thank you very much.
C'est
Ok.
Il y a aussi un problème d'Internet.
Internet.
Oui, on n'arrive pas de se déconnecter et se reconnecter. Je
La,
voulais savoir,
oh,
est-ce que ce serait possible de donner...
You don't want to be part of the picture? Are you sure? Part of the meeting. All of us
It's one more minute for me to say good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Please let's settle down so that we can kick off the next session. I would like to kindly request those of you connected in the room to please not connect on the Zoom link if you're in the room, or try to live stream, because you're consuming a lot of bandwidth and it's affecting those who are connected virtually. It's affecting our ability to live stream the meeting. So if you are in the room, please join the meeting in person, be present with us physically, and disconnect from Zoom and also from the live stream. This will enable those who are not able to be with us to participate fully in the meeting. We apologize for that, but please bear with that capacity. I would also like to inform you on behalf of ESPEN and the whole neglected tropical diseases team at the WHO regional office that among us we also have consultants from McKinsey who are working with us to develop the next ESPEN strategic plan from 2026 to 2030, and they will be reaching out to you to provide some inputs or your ideas, and we would be happy if you could share your ideas on what you expect the ESPEN strategy to look like for the next 5 years from 2026 to 2030. With that, I would like to welcome you to the first of our technical sessions, which will be a brief look at where we are at this point, midway through the 2021-2030 strategy. And this session will be presented by 3 people, Dr. Daniel Danyi from headquarters, Dr. Didier Bakajika, and Dr. Abate Besha from the WHO regional office. I would like to ask Didier, if you're here, please come and kick us off with this session. Thank you.
Yeah, let's go. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. We move now to our slides. As mentioned by Elizabeth, we have 3 presenters. I'm going to introduce the session. Then I'll pass the floor to Daniel from HQ, who will take you through global updates. Abate will come in to show you, to present regional updates on CM NTDs, and then I'll be the last presenter to take you through the achievements related to PC NTDs. Next slide, please. On this slide, you have the detailed agenda I've already mentioned, objectives, global updates by Daniel, midterm update for case management, midterm update for PC NTDs. Next slide, please. On this slide, you have the goal and objectives. The goal is to provide midterm disease-specific update for both case management and PC NTDs. Specific objectives to provide updates on global progress on NTD 2021-2030 roadmap, to provide midterm update towards achievement of target and sub-target for case management and PC NTDs, to highlight also high disease priority areas for coming years in terms of expected outcome, update on global progress on NTD 2021-2030 NTD roadmap, progresses towards the attainment of target and sub-targets of case management and PC NTDs, major challenges encountered, presented, and suggestion and recommendations on way forward formulated, and also priority areas for coming years will be shared. Next slide, please. Let me give the baton to Daniel. Daniel, are you there? Daniel? Daniel is online. He is joining from Geneva. For those connected, please check whether Daniel can take the floor and present on global updates. Can someone check for me? Mika or Aimé? Pourriez-vous vérifier si Daniel est en ligne à partir de Genève? Sorry. Okay. Daniel? Yes. You have the floor. You have 15 minutes maximum to take us through global updates. Over to you, Daniel. Dan, we can't hear you. Yes, Dan. Yes, please. Please, Monsieur Kwasi, est-ce qu'on peut avoir le diapositive? They are coming in few minutes, few seconds. Okay.
Recording stopped.
The number of people requiring test. For 55 countries.
Recording in progress.
Chad also have have migrated from Yes, there are several. Which has
Thank you so much, Daniel, for taking us through these global updates. I'm going to call Dr. Abate to present on regional updates
for case management NTDs. Abati, you have 15 minutes.
Thank you very much, Didier. So I'll be presenting on the IDM disease, update on the regional status. So slides. Yeah, next slide. So I'll start from guinea worm. So as I've been mentioned by Daniel, this is a disease under eradication. So far from the 47 member states, 42 have already are guinea worm free, and now 5 countries are remaining. So we have 15 human cases reported in 2024, with 1 latest report from Chad. So is South Sudan reporting 6 cases and 9 cases from Chad. Next slide. So challenges are mainly insecurity, and also currently with animal infection being a problem. So this is one of the challenges in the eradication effort, and which requires a lot of effort to achieve the guinea worm eradication program, and in fact also the lack of funding. So priority actions based on this are to have an intensified national ownership program where countries are allocating funding and also provide the right level of support for the program to achieve the eradication of guinea worm, and advocacy and awareness, and also collaboration, including One Health approach. And also, as an important pillar, surveillance is an important aspect of guinea worm eradication program. Next slide. A second disease which is targeted for eradication is yaws. So in the region, we have endemic countries, and 12 countries have never been considered as endemics, which are also targeted for the eradication effort, so that effort can be made to prepare dossier and then start on eradication of yaws. And in fact, 3 countries in the region, which include Cameroon, CR, and Congo, are implementing total community treatment, and the rest of endemic countries are also implementing total targeted treatment for yaws using azithromycin. And 9 countries currently endemic, and 26 countries previously endemic. So with the 12 countries with no previous history of yaws, these are eligible for dossier preparation and eradication. Next slide. So the challenges are more or less the same as the lack of funding, and also integrated surveillance, which is a way forward for achieving eradication effort, and also to the countries where endemicity is unknown, we have to do something to establish whether endemicity is occurring, or if these countries are also eligible for eradication effort. So the priority actions are certification for these countries with no history of yaws, and improve the ownership of the program and advocacy effort to have resource mobilization, and also intensify integrated skill and NTD approach for the yaws program. Next slide. HAT, which is a very successful program in terms of the effort that we are doing at the regional level, where 9 countries so far have managed to achieve the elimination of HAT in the Africa region. Next slide, please. So with 9 countries that have achieved, and there are some countries also which are on the pipeline for the elimination of human African trypanosomiasis in the country. So as you can see with the color code, some countries there is some effort ongoing, but with countries with red are where control and surveillance activities is suboptimal for the elimination effort. So countries with red and then orange has some effort to implement in terms of achieving the elimination target for HAT. Next slide. For leprosy, it has been a long time since leprosy has been eliminated as a public health problem in most of the countries. But as a new target for interruption of transmission, again, effort is required to achieve elimination of transmission of leprosy. And in mainly 8 countries which are close to elimination of leprosy in the Africa region out of the 47, where these countries are either reporting 0 case or 1 or 2 cases annually. So these countries are ready for preparation of DSA and for the elimination of leprosy. So 4 countries reporting 0 case, and there are also 6 countries with high burden for leprosy reporting more than 1,000 cases annually, which include DRC, Ethiopia, Madagascar, Mozambique, Nigeria, and Tanzania. Next slide. So the main challenge for leprosy is again, which is across for all diseases, lack of funding, and also lack of expertise for early diagnosis and treatment of cases, and also a challenge where cases are presented late with deformities, and also an ongoing infection reported from children, which is a sign of late detection of children, leprosy, which requires a lot of effort to improve case detection, early case detection and treatment. And there are some areas, pocket areas, where cases are being reported, which requires attention to do case detection aggressively. And in some areas, insecurity and outbreaks of leprosy are also occurring. Priority actions for this purpose is to improve surveillance for early case detection and management, and also to implement a leprosy elimination monitoring tool, which is very critical for the elimination activity of leprosy, and integrated capacity building and implementing advocacy effort, and also with integrated skill and NTD approach to detect cases early and then manage. Next slide. The other disease which is targeted for elimination is visceral leishmaniasis, and the target is to achieve less than 1% case fatality for primary visceral leishmaniasis cases. And in terms of progress, the number of cases has been reduced significantly from 2014, but still with the elimination of visceral leishmaniasis effort in Southeast Asia, the African region is contributing the highest burden of visceral leishmaniasis following from Eastern Mediterranean region. So this disease is an important disease in the region where a lot of outbreaks are occurring and people are dying of visceral leishmaniasis. So access to services has to be improved, and also we have new guidelines that need to be adopted by programs. And in 2024 June, the visceral leishmaniasis elimination frameworks have already been launched, and we are expecting the signing of the memorandum of understanding in the 74th, in the upcoming 78th World Health Assembly for this. So we expect the 9 countries in the East Africa, which are in the Eastern Mediterranean region, and the Africa region are expected to sign the memorandum of understanding to implement the VL elimination strategy in the sub-region. Next slide. So the challenge is, apart from the previous challenges that we have mentioned, climate change is contributing a lot in terms of outbreak of visceral leishmaniasis. As we speak now, there is a major outbreak of visceral leishmaniasis in Kenya, which is affecting several counties in the country. And the tools that we are using for diagnosis and treatment is also need to be improved. And there is also insecurity and population movement, which contributes to the occurrence of outbreak and also increment of the cases in the region. So the signing of MOU and adaptation of guidelines and advocacy and resource mobilization effort, and also mapping for entomological and epidemiology of the disease are required to achieve the early elimination strategy. And in fact, research and development in terms of improving the tools that we use for prevention, diagnosis, and treatment of the disease. Next slide. Brule ulcer, another disease, skin disease, which affects several people in the region, targeted for control, to achieve early case detection, to avoid severe disfigurement caused by this disease, and also to confirm significant number of patients with laboratory, and also to have a high level of treatment completion rate. Progress has been made to reduce incidence of the disease, and also small improvement in terms of early diagnosis, where even though it is not optimum, because 30% of cases are now category 3, but the target is to have over 95% of cases to be confirmed, and also category 3 should be below 10%, and now we are at 30%, which requires a lot of effort. And lab confirmed cases shown also a bit of improvement, and treatment completion is at 80%, where the target is 98%. Next slide. So common challenge, funding problem, and also still effort is required to understand the mode of transmission, and also to have point of care diagnosis for Brule ulcer, improve surveillance, and also improve treatment for Brule ulcer, especially to have a short-term treatment for patients. Next slide. Another disease targeted for control is cutaneous leishmaniasis, and again we have 19 countries endemic in the region, of which 15 are reporting, but burden is not still known accurately, because it's only few countries which are reporting, and we have to do a lot in terms of case detection, treatment, and also research and development to improve the treatment of cutaneous leishmaniasis. And we don't know the exact burden of this disease, because mapping is lacking for cutaneous leishmaniasis. Next slide. So challenges are the same, and priority action is to promote implementation of integrated skin and NTDs, which we have seen some good results from countries which are implementing integrated skin and NTD approach, where they have detected cases and then treating several cases in countries which are endemic for cutaneous leishmaniasis. And to improve also research and development aspect, where diagnosis, treatment, and prevention of cutaneous leishmaniasis is possible. Next slide. Mycetoma, which is one of the debilitating condition for skin NTDs, and targeted for control, where we don't know, again, the burden of this disease. Few countries have been identified to be endemic, but the effort has to be done in terms of knowing the burden and the endemicity for the various countries in the region. Next slide. So we have got some reports from countries in terms of burden of the disease, where we have scanty reports from countries which are identified to be endemic for mycetoma. Next slide. NOMA, this is one of the NTDs which has been recently added to a list of NTDs, and now ongoing effort is being happening in terms of putting the summary of NOMA to be included in the NTD Roadmap that we have. And the working group is working on this, and also the gap assessment tool for out of the 11 dimensions, 4 has been already completed in terms of qualitative and qualitative assessment of programmatic status and identification of key areas in terms of NOMA. So effort is ongoing to complete the other dimensions. Next slide. So the challenge is, again, this disease where etiology and pathogenesis of NOMA is not clearly known. And again, diagnosis is purely clinical, so there is no diagnosis test for identification of NOMA. So effort has to be made, to detect cases as early as possible, because once it occurs, it's very difficult to treat, especially when patients are coming late, and it is a fatal disease. And effort has to be done in terms of in terms of inclusion of the NOMA, the latest development of NTD master plan by countries, because it has been recently added and most of countries are not including NOMA as part of the NTD program. So integration has to be made to improve case detection and management, and also effort has to be made to make advocacy for resource mobilization and program implementation. Next slide. This has been presented by Daniel. So this is to show that for the Africa region context, so far 21 countries has achieved elimination of at least one NTD, but the total number of acknowledgement is around 32. So it's not uniform across diseases and across the countries. So some countries are achieving a lot, including Togo, which has managed to eliminate 4 diseases, and Ghana and Benin, which has achieved a lot for 3 diseases. So we have to do a lot in terms of achieving the global target. Next slide. So this is the last slide. As I've said, for guinea worm, a lot has been done in terms of reducing the number of cases reported, and also number of countries that has achieved elimination. And for yours, currently 12 countries are eligible for elimination. So I think effort has to be made to certify these countries. And for heart, with the successful implementation of the elimination strategy, countries have to also follow, the footprint of other countries to achieve, elimination targets. So I think more countries are on the pipeline to do that. For leprosy, even though elimination as a public health problem has achieved, so countries are, again, few countries are eligible for interruption of transmission. About 8 countries are on the pipeline. And for VL, the effort is to implement the elimination strategy for Eastern Africa, where has been launched, but effort has to be made, resource allocation, and then also effort to integrate implementation of visceral leishmaniasis elimination target for including the roadmap. And the integrated approach for NTD interventions is because we have seen a lot of achievement in terms of elimination target by implementing integrated approach. So this is a way forward to have, a successful implementation path for most of the NTDs. In terms of brutal ulcer and cutaneous leishmaniasis, again, these are diseases for control. So there is a significant reduction in the burden of the disease, but a lot has to be made in terms of availing, proper diagnostics, treatment, and preventive strategies for these diseases. Next slide. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Abate. We are now starting our descent, so you can fasten your seatbelts. Let's move now to PCNTDs. We are starting with trachoma. Dia suivante. On peut avoir la suite des diapositives. C'est la même présentation.
Still some presentations. Kindly display the next slide.
OK. Commençons avec le trachome. Dia suivante.
Start with the trachoma. You have on these, over here you have the targets that have been defined within the framework of the roadmap over 2023, 25, 2030. We are now targeting the validations of trachoma as a public health issues up to 2023. There were 19 countries who have been validated. So the purpose was to have 19 out of the 66, which represent 29%. We have 21 countries who have been validated with respect to trachoma as a public health issues. Next slide. Over here you have the situations where we have the first column, the countries who were told not to require interventions. In the second, you have, this is a void column, the country that may require interventions, which means investigations should be carried out. Now, third countries known to require interventions. 4 countries thought not to require interventions. You claim to have eliminated trachoma as public health issues. And then the 6 countries who have eliminated trachoma as a PHP, mainly Ghana, Gambia, Togo, Malawi, Benin, and Mali. So you have over here you have the tenaces and the sister cirrhosis. You have a number of countries with the control of teniasis and cysticercosis. At the end of 2023, 4 countries out of the 64 representing 6%. Over here, we have an overview of the different color that shows 51 countries are endemic. 14 are suspected to be endemic, and we have some 21 countries that represent risk factors. We have 14 countries where there's no data and possible transmission in some communities. Then we have 45 countries where there is no data, 55 who are known endemic. So over here, we want to show clearly the progress in implementation by the ministries of health. This shows the situation in Africa, Americas, and Asia. We can see that in the African region, we have 4 countries, Cameroon, Tanzania, Namibia, who are carrying out their confirmation mapping, and then Zambia, Madagascar, who are already preventive chemotherapy. So over here you have STH. We have the roadmap. We are targeting. Targeting 60 countries at the end of 2023 in terms of number of countries that use ivermectins in all the endemic regions with step paralysis. We wanted to have 10 countries out of the 101. So over here we have the status of STH endemic countries when the infections is 0 represent inferior or equal to 2%, superior to 2%, evaluation assessment not done. I'm not going to talk about the outcome. There are countries where assessment have been carried out. We are yet to receive the outcomes. So this is the opportunity for you who have carried out the assessment. We respect to STH kindly make available the outcomes. We also have countries where there is no data. We have Angola, Equatorial Guinea, Ghana, Malawi, and Nigeria. If at all you have the data available, make it available to us. So you have schistosomiasis. You have countries who have eliminated that as public health problems. You have up to at the end of 2023, 49, and by 2025, 69. So at the end of in Africa region, you have 12 countries by 2023. Now, up to so far, no country within the African region have been able to eliminate schistosomiasis as a public health issues. Over here, we have tried to present the situation by country. I don't want to go into detail. You can see the country where you carrying out the interventions. It may be also your country. You can see the level of maturity of the programs. So Algeria is making giant strides and then is about to validate its program. And Mauritius has made enormous progress, but so far they have not been validated. We do hope that very soon this will be done. Now, let me now talk about the LF. We have 20 2020, 2023, 25, and 2010. And the target is to be able to eliminate it as public health issues. We have global situations and that of the African regions. We have presented the target at the global level. We are trying to have an assessment of the situations at the African regions. Up to the end of 2020, only 2 countries we were expecting to move on to 3, another one at the end of 2023, and 3 other countries at the end of 2025 in terms of populations that requires treatment. The purpose is to be able to have 0 countries by 2030. There are 6 countries who are still administrating treatment. So 2 countries also stop the treatment. Who actually and the post stop of treatment phases. Next slide. Here we are at the end of 2023. At the global level, we have 23 countries. Only 2 countries have been able to eliminate lymphatic filariasis as a public health issue. And countries who are carrying out a post mass treatment assessment. We have 17 countries, and out of which we have other 2 countries who have been able to make it in terms of eliminating it. Togo and Malawi were the 2 countries we did it. We have circumstances. At the global level, we have by the end in 2023, which we targeted 5 countries. We have at the end we have at least 12 countries. So we have verified those countries who have eliminated the diseases. We have in some of the transmissions and the treatment and 100% have been done so far. Only 1 country who have eliminated onchocercosis. We have we have 2 countries at the end of 2023 who stopped the treatment. And 100%, representing 100% within their populations. Next slide. Over here, this is we are now presenting what countries have been able to do. We have by the end of 2021, there is no countries. But at the beginning, we have 1 country, which is Niger. We try to present the situations so far in terms of countries who stop the treatment. When there is an outbreak, we have Uganda, and then those who stop the treatment within the people. So this is the situation when it comes to onchocercosis. So now we have been able to combine the challenges and priorities. There are still pending completion of mapping surveys, and also challenge in terms of delineation of onco-transmission zone. There are pending completion of impact assessment studies, surveys. For some reason, there is still challenges to reach the TT threshold to eliminate trachoma as public health issues. We also have the persistence and recrudescence of hotspot for the LF in some districts.